Hello, all. Hello, Cheryl. Hearing about that windy day in Michigan. Hear about that snow headed to Wisconsin. Hello, Sabic. Hello, Hoops Nana K. Hello, Lucy Luge, Manual, Daily Word, Dragonflies. Up in Erie. Hello, Mukula, Flying Squirrel, Patsy, MG. Hello, Joe and Jason, and Just Sharon and Phoenix Sarah. Let's see, snow and high winds in northern Wisconsin today. Hello, B. Durham. Good to see you in the house. KKB, bigly huge. Hello, Jules and Dave. Hello, Patriot Snow Wolf, Joe Schmo, Jules. Christy the Distiller. Windy in Illinois. Thought I was going to Oz during my walk this morning. Heard you guys had some wind. Hello, Real Dobie. Paul, Janet, K Fresh, Casper. Hello, Mr. Peden. Hello, Renee. Good morning. Mark Patrius from Circle J Ranch, Central Michigan. 5-inch snow this morning. It's beautiful. It's winter's parting gift, right? Winter's parting gift. Hello, I Just Fishing. Oh, let's try to catch Linda's happy birthday, youngest son, Walker. 29 years. Boy, I tell you, stop blinking, right? Stop blinking. Yeah, exactly. Gene, I don't know where this week went. I don't know if I can do a whole weekend without you guys. It's going to be tough. If you're like me, you're getting to that age where you're just tired all the time, bloated after every meal, no amount of water seems to help, then listen up, because recently I was dealing with all this, decided to call Dr. Josh for some help. Told him what was going on. His response kind of shocked me. He said I was showing all the telltale signs of a dehydrated liver, not dehydrated like I need a bottle of water kind of dehydrated. No, he told me it was actually part of the problem. See, most people think hydration is just about drinking enough water, but here's what Dr. Josh explained to me. Your liver is your body's main hydration organ. And if your liver cells aren't getting water at the cellular level, doesn't matter how many glasses you drink a day, the water just runs right through you. And when your liver is dehydrated, everything suffers. Your energy tanks, your digestion slows, you bloat, you hold on to stubborn weight, your skin looks dull. Feel decades older than you actually are. Plain water can't fix this on its own, and most electrolyte drinks are just sugar and salt that completely ignore your liver. So I, Dr. Josh, practicing doctor with over 25 years of medical experience and expertise, created a daily hydration drink called LTV. It's not just another electrolyte powder. LTV combines clinical dose marine electrolytes with taurine to help your cells actually hold on to water, plus milk thistle and dandelion root to support your liver's natural detox function. Told me LTV has already helped thousands of people and has received incredible reviews from customers who noticed results fast. So when I heard enough, give it a try, right? Give them a call, hit the website. For the last few weeks, been drinking it daily. Happy to report. Saying goodbye to constant bloating, afternoon crashes, dried out, foggy. Feeling hydrated for the first time in years. Stuff's powerful. Amazing how much better felt in such a short period. And again, guys, you're not going to get those results from just drinking water or any old regular electrolyte drink. Dr. Josh put his 25 years of plus of experience into LTV to make certain it does what he says it does, that it actually delivers real cellular hydration, not just expensive pee. So if you're ready to hydrate your liver at the cellular level and feel the difference in your energy, your digestion, your waistline, just go to drinkltv.com/MarkZ. I know drinkltv.com/MarkZ is a pain. Links in the description for YouTube and in Rumble to make it easier for you if you want to get your hands on it, like today or sooner. By the way, it's your lucky day also because Dr. Josh is running a sale up to 64% by using that link for a limited time, only available through that link to drinkltv.com/MarkZ1. Do yourself a favor, click it, give it a shot, give your liver the hydration it's been missing. Do you stand on your head and hop on one foot for 11 years before redeeming, or is that optional? That is totally optional, but you're going to have to tug on your left earlobe twice and blink at the banker. a series of blinks, kind of like somebody out there's going to be, wait a minute, writing down notes. You don't have to do any of that stuff. Rolling 16 degrees and snow warming up here in the top of Maine. See, Jason the Troll, FBI special agent in charge, Jennifer Runyon, said the agency is treating it as a targeted attack on the Jewish community, has taken over the investigation. I assume we are referring to the synagogue attack. Lily pad breaking victim in the Old Dominion University shooting has been identified as Lieutenant Colonel Brandon Shaw, leader of the school's ROTC program, per the FBI. His students terminated the Muslim assailant. It started. And we're going to talk about some of those. Happy birthday, Shell, for tomorrow. Ooh, I kind of forgot. We do need to kind of do weekends ahead. Hicktown getting a lot of conflicting information when a SARE hits. You have to keep your job for 11 years in order to receive funds. No, Hicktown. There will be a worry. There is a worry that too many people will not work. And of course, if people don't work, you don't have goods. People don't work, you don't have groceries. People don't work, you can't buy things. So all the money in the world is pretty useless. People don't work, right? So you need people to work at the same time as AI is coming on board, robotics, etc. Perhaps we do get some of these new technologies. We're not going to need as many people going down the road. So the only way that would make sense is if there was zero new technology and majority of what we heard about Nasir was BS. Do they need people probably to work for a while during the transition? Yes. But it wouldn't make much sense for them to say, well, you got to keep working for 11 years because they're going to need less people working at some point. They're already worried about, depending on who you talk to, anywhere from 15 to 80% of knowledge-based jobs will be, not needed in the next just handful of years, about 15% in just the next year period. Wendy, do I believe dinar contract rates are real? Yes, I do. Jamie, right? I know an apology to all those ROTC students that I picked on in high school. I like most of the ROTC people at my high school. Yeah, totally contented. Hi from Niagara. We went from close to 80 on Monday and Tuesday to snow today. Yay for you. It's the last hoorah, in my opinion. You guys are getting to turn the other direction. Paula, it's good to see you. How is Silver doing? Let's see. MarkZ had a fantastic bank story yesterday. Share it. Alex, unfortunately, I don't have anything solid on bonds. At this point, so many of them have been told, so many have brought more historic to the table. I think you're going to get all the answers you need, or more answers than you want, positive or negative, this next week on bonds. I think we're hitting the breaking point over the weekend, going to early next week on that front. What is that? Nicola for a birthday? Interesting name. Waiting to see where we're at. Where are we at? 10:09. Another minute or two. We're going to get to it. And I am daggone. I'm going to stick to it this time. I'm going to get Mr. C in early. I don't know how, but it's going to happen. Alex, no, it is a shame. No, you're very welcome. I shouldn't say no news. I'm getting lots of confirmation of more meetings and money this week, but it's just more confirmations of the same news. Now we need to see it actually happen. We keep hearing these things. We need to see it happen in like real numbers. Mr. C, Mr. C. I like that one. JS Williams. Wait. Paula, is it your birthday? Well, that just answered your question. We're there now for your birthday. Ocean sand. Yeah, we just keep hoping we'll get some that really crack and give us permission to say yes. They just spent a fortune because they have a lot of money. I think that's what we're all holding out for. Wu Dan Fu, your birthday's is a secret. What else? Hello, Anthony, up in Philly. Good to see you in the house. Hello, Ms. Shaw. I hope you are doing well. Yeah, where has anybody sound off in there? I'd like to see if we can locate the missing JD Vance. Anybody's thought on that one? Where did he go? Where did he go? Which way did he go? Big 48 B Noogles. I'll be here Monday to celebrate. Hello, Beekeeper B. What did Dawn have to say? I thought that they weren't able to manipulate the price of silver anymore because they don't have the money to do. Oh, no, God, no. They don't need money to manipulate the price. Yeah, I don't know where that theory came from. They're running out of the ability because they are starting to demand physical delivery, which has caused a heck of a lot of problems over the last 2 months. And that's why we've seen it so volatile. Tucker's still been fairly vocal. Roberta, I wish I knew what my thoughts on Erica Kirk were. There is so much evidence one way or the other, and they are clouding it on purpose. Something smells fishy, and I'll leave it at that because I don't know what that fishy smell is. Don't know if it's her, the people around her, the people trying to tear her down, the people trying to prop her up. That's my thoughts on that one. And guys, be prepared. We've got a very small handful that have become like rabid. I mean, just rabid about their new dislike for Trump, thinking he's the evilest person in the world. I mean, a handful, like 2 or 3 people that have just flipped. As far as they're concerned, he's the word. I mean, lesser of the two evils, in my opinion, period. But I am surprised at how confident people are in their sudden change of opinion. If you were wrong before, could you not be wrong now? A lot of missing logic and people embracing very extreme views right now instead of continuing to think. See, bang story. Mike said that a contract had received large dollar offer for his IQD, but the guy still declined. Yeah, I have reports, firsthand reports of people turning down very large purchases this week, cash at the table for $1 a dinar, and turning it down because they'll believe they'll receive exponentially more in the next 2 to 3 weeks. I hope they're right. I'm ready. And my gut feeling on Bondi may be correct. Julie Green had a good one yesterday. I'm curious. All right, let's get to what news there is, which isn't a huge amount. It stays positive. Keep hearing great things on the bond side. We just need to see it. Iraq extends airspace closure for an additional 72 hours. Some stories about increase in gold prices expected in Iraq and how they have been fortifying their treasury. Some of the things that are running in stories right now in the news for them. Probably the most repeated story is the expectation that by the end of the weekend, you will officially have Soudani as the nominee, which means they would quickly move forward with President Soudani early in the week. That's the rumor running around. We also have tons of rumors again that Maliki has officially stepped down, but try to find it in the news where you can read the story. Tons of reports, very little concrete to work on right now. We're in flux. Don't let it shake you guys. This is what real news look like. When it is too neat, too tidy, too tied in a bow, that's when you need to worry. Because that means they decided the story before and they're telling you the story. Graham, happy anniversary this weekend. Going to be 46 years. That's awesome. I'm with you. Rip that Band-Aid off. Things really are coming together. I know it seems frantic. It seems crazy. This is exactly what we were told to expect, and we're seeing it. Futures at session highs after oil drops below 100 on India Hormuz transit hopes. Looks like the U.S. is going to commit. to escorting through the straits. It has been a boost. Now, I'm certain that news is going to change before the day's out. Market's up 170 right now, 179. Of course, on that news, some people may have run back towards the market, which means we'd probably see a temporary dip in metals prices. I'll have to give it a look. Any update on the KC 135 tanker that went down? 4 of the 6 crew members confirmed dead. 2 still with us. I don't know what shape they're in right now. But right now, 4 of the 6 are being reported as dead in northern Iraq. They're saying Iran is claiming they shot it down. The U.S. is claiming it did not go down for enemy fire or friendly fire. We don't know what their story is yet, or at least I don't know what the story is yet as to the why. And of course, getting to the truth of it may be a little difficult. See, with BlackRock refused to pay out their clients regarding the shortage of funds, private equity side, and they are not the only one. They're one of 3 or 4 majors that have done that. I mean, this is like, should dominate your news as to what to expect with your market. I mean, you got Kiyosaki out there again saying it's getting ready to crash. Rickards, I mean, pick somebody. The fundamentals are broken, guys. The fundamentals have been broken long before Donald Trump ever went to Washington. That's one thing I've got to give him. He has softened the blow that is coming. The blow is still coming. I'm concerned all the currency holders will have problems to receive their money. Liquidity changes, true north. We should not have any problem with that because we have actual assets backing. Maliki's like Obama, just refuses to go away. He does. Like the gift that keeps on giving, kind of like the herpia politics of Iraqi politics. Tomorrow's Pi Day. Oh, that's right. 314, 314, Pi Day. Followed by the Ides of March and my grandson's 9th. I'm so ready. Let's celebrate. Hello, Elizabeth. Is there more to this Iran war? What are we trying to recover? I think there's more to it. And I don't know. I've got a weird feeling that there's more to it, and part of it is pulling down the evil portion of what Q meant when he says Israel for last. I know that sounds, and I'm still trying to piece it together and make it make sense in my head, because there's just so much information, but not enough of it makes any sense. But that's where my gut's at right now, that something will become very clear in the coming days on that front. I know we need to probably get back to it. China has removed their military from around Taiwan. They really don't. I mean, they can't afford to play games right now, so that doesn't surprise me. Reading these. Ooh, strawberry and rhubarb. I'm in. All right, let's get to a few more. Wait. Mariana's, Kim Marie's youngest. Let me add that to the birthday list and get to it. Yeah, we're going to speed this one up and get to Mr. C. I'm getting on it. Let's see. We talked about, I don't know where. I pulled up the metals prices to see. You guys were telling me. We talked about what is going on with the market as it's pivoting. 4 confirmed dead after U.S. refueling plane crashes in Iraq. We covered that story. Now, Iran's new leaders wounded and likely disfigured, Hexas says. Why a written statement? Did they suddenly run out all kinds of cameras? Because they have all kinds of cameras filming all kinds of support. Anytime 3 or 4 people get together in support of the regime, they have a camera, but they somehow can't find a camera for their supreme leader. They can find a camera for any other politician that wants to show up at a rally or be there or on television or IRGC leaders. They got no problem finding cameras, but for some reason, They cannot put a camera on their supreme leader. They need a written statement when his people supposedly, according to them, according to the IRGC and etc., has the overwhelming support of the people, but for some reason he doesn't want to show the people. Yeah, I think he's either dead or massively disfigured. I'll agree with that one. It makes the most logical sense. Zero Hedge does a running update, guys. The headline will change. There's a link if you want to take it. It is definitely worth following. I'm going to drop that one in chat. They do a daily, sometimes 2 or 3 times daily update, bullet points of what is going on with the conflict. It is a lazy man's way of keeping up with it easily and quickly. I'm just dropping that link in all the different platforms that will take one. So you guys will have that. All right. So, yeah, other Iranian leaders defiantly march. So, other leaders have no problem on camera. But for some reason, we can't get the new Ayatollah. He seems to be camera shy. Let's see. On Bruce's call, Sue claims war in Iran has been over for several days and be cautious to what you see on the news. Oh, we got people on the ground. So, I'm positive it's not over right now. Like 100% positive. Now, could it be much closer to over than we're hearing? Yes, absolutely. Yeah, buddy. Good to see you, buddy, by the way. They can't ever find a good camera when Bigfoot's around. Always a bad picture or video. Yeah, what happens with that one? The salamander, yeah, all right. Anybody, what happened to the 24-hour news coverage of the Guthrie woman? There's only so much oxygen in public debate. It's so easy to distract the people. All you got to do is throw something new out there. They start talking about it. It goes viral. You pay some bots to help make it viral. Bam. The people are distracted. It's really convenient when you have trained people with short form content, when you've trained them with TikToks and YouTube shorts and everything else. You really train them to have an anemic attention span. It's very easy to manipulate them once you get them into that mindset because they can't focus long enough to realize what's going on around them. It's like raising a 3-year-old. You have to learn how to divert their attention to kind of corral them, to herd them in the direction you want. You're going to give them 2 or 3 choices. All 2 or 3 are okay with you, but you want to give them the illusion of choice. It is so obvious to watch what they're doing to the people, and unfortunately, people are too stupid to figure it out. One of the other stories dominating the news, and I'm hoping we get confirmation of this, we are getting many reports that they have found human remains on the Zora Ranch. Whether it's true or not, a number of alternative news outlets reporting that. I'm waiting for one of the bigs to be forced to come to the table. Cheryl, yeah, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, it's too easy. Like herding cats. Yeah, I like that, Jennifer. Drive through information, short clips. Bob, I'm tracking Elvis in the bush. Shh, be very quiet. I'm hunting Elvis. Bah. I can picture it looking like Elmer Fudd, Bob. Yeah, Emma, look, I do not take that offensively. I know a lot of people get their butt hurt over the comment, but we've all been wrong for how many years? And the reality is, leading up to the revaluation in Kuwait, pretty much everybody was wrong. Leading up to the revaluation after World War II in Germany and Japan, pretty much everybody was wrong. Leading up to revaluation in China in the late 90s, going to, I think it was 99. Everybody was wrong until it happens. It's like, bam, you're going to be wrong until the moment it happens. Then suddenly you're knowledgeable. Until then, you're an idiot. And half the people out there think you're a grifter, a liar, whatever, no matter how right you are, no matter how good the fundamentals are, until that value changes, you're going to have those people that do nothing but tear you down. They don't add anything to the conversation. They bring no information. They bring no knowledge. They bring nothing but tearing others down. But until it happens, they're more right than we are. Of course, we come out way ahead because we only have to be right once. They got to be right every day. Hello, Tom. It is good to see you in the house. I'm just reading. All right, let's get to it, guys. It is maybe one or two more, and let's get to Mr. C. Ah, some of the craziness out there, and I've said this before. I don't think you can make this work. It is incompatible. Incompatible. Period. We're gonna get to it until mindsets change. How many times does this have to have an illegal alien with 30 prior arrests? I'm talking like including rape, 3 assaults, guilty on a charge, 3 trespassing, 2 disorderly, 5 larceny, destruction of property, rape. Pick one, charged with second-degree murder. Yet another American life has been shattered by Democrats' soft on crime policies that keep dangerous repeat offenders on the streets. This time in Virginia, where an illegal immigrant with a staggering 30 prior arrests allegedly murdered a 41-year-old mother waiting at the bus stop. Okay, it's filmed, it's covered, whatever, but until the court case is done, they have to say allegedly. Stephanie Minter's brutal stabbing death exposes the deadly consequences left to prosecutors who prioritize leniency over public safety. I just, yeah, I mean, where do we continue to go with this? You continue to bring people with a completely, and I'm not beating on race or any of those, I'm beating on culture here, with a completely different take on what is acceptable and what is not acceptable. Totally different take on what it means to be a good human being and a not good human being. And probably a interesting one to go with this to highlight it. I mean, we can work around the whole UK going crazy, asking people to go full Orwellian and mention if you saw somebody in school or the workplace that may have said something that could be perceived as anti-Islam and how dangerous that is. It doesn't matter that one side's allowed to talk about whatever derogatory, how all Christians should die, how white culture, Western culture, they should all be dead. No problem to talk about things like that. But you can't say anything negative on the other side of it. It really is a lopsided thing. But let's go to Germany, where we have a little more research on the front. Societal time bomb. Explosive German police study finds nearly 1 out of every 2 Muslims under 40 has Islamic attitudes or is Islamist attitudes, meaning about 45, according to this study, 45.1% hold latent or manifest. These would be things just like women should wear a burqa, females should not go to school, things like that. These are the latent ones. These aren't these aren't the radical views. These are just, well, they're radical enough for me. Being a brother with sisters, a son with mother, a father of a daughter. I mean, it's absolutely atrocious to me as to what they think of as women. But some of these same opinions would be, it's okay to lie to somebody from the Western world or a Christian because, well, you're encouraged, you're forgiven. It's okay to use them as property. It's okay to do all those things. So those are some of those attitudes. But now it gets a little more troubling when you look at the numbers and the millions, because now we're going to get into a number that doesn't seem large until you start doing the math, which makes it even tougher. Study research highlights concerning core demographic that manifest Islamist attitudes most prevalent among Muslims under 40, 11 and a half. These are like manifest attitudes. These are the more violent attitudes. Now we're going to go to France and we find out young Muslims become increasingly radical, with 57 prioritize the rules of Islam over French laws. 21% support just plain out Sharia law. Now, under that, totally okay to go kill an infidel. Totally okay to rob, rape, steal from an infidel. If you think about those numbers, and that's probably only going to work out to maybe 2% that are coming in are radical, dangerous, potentially dangerous folks or immigrants. I mean, just stop and think about that. Oh, it's not that bad. Only 1 or 2%. I mean, like 45% think, you should all be wearing burqas and women shouldn't be going to school and all that. I mean, that should trouble you. Should really trouble you. That 2%, somewhere between 1 and 2%, have violent thought processes on it. That should terrify you because you've let in millions, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions, depending on which country. Fine. Only 1 or 2%. 1 or 2% of millions is a lot of people to start stabbing people on your trains, putting poison in your water supply. It is a dangerous, dangerous thing that they have done. And why can't you talk about it? Why can't you just say, if there were radical Christians out here doing radical, crazy things, winding people up, killing them, poisoning them, stealing from them, lying and cheating, I'd be offended too. Mr. C time, it is 10:31. Only missed it by a minute. I'm getting a little better. All right, let me hold on, guys. Let's set it up. I'm glad you gave me that reminder, Pammy K. Hold on. There we got it. Yeah, Mr. C, if you're there, go right ahead. I'm ready for you. The custom setup. If you guys saw how high tech this setup was, you'd be really impressed. Hello, Mr. C. Give me just a minute. Jackie, you're going to have to be really specific on the answer to the 0 questions. I've answered it probably 3 times already this week. The rate goes up. They print new lower denominations. You exchange your big ones for the low ones, or you convert it to U.S. currency. I've seen so many really, really, really bad takes on that this week, and I don't know how that continues to come back out, but yeah. Mr. C, hi, good to see you.
Good morning, Mark. How are you this morning?
I'm pretty good. Yourself?
Hanging in there. A little chilly, but we're doing okay.
Yeah, what is that weather? You went from warm to snowy and nasty again?
Yeah, it was pretty warm 2 days ago. Got a little chilly yesterday, and this morning it's downright chilly. And tomorrow they're expecting a little bit of snow.
I'm just reading a few of these. Okay, seeing some comments here. So what's going on, Mr. C? When's it going? Have they come to see you? Have you heard anything? All the questions they're gonna, load on you.
Well, first off, no one's called. No one's told me they're coming, which is not surprising. The calls that I have been getting are analyzing the situation and understand that until the 3 major operations are pretty much concluded, we're not going to see any RV. The narco-terrorism in Latin America, Ukraine, Russia, and the Iranian situation. They're all joined at the hips, so to speak, and they need to be solved before we go to the RV.
When you say that, do we need to panic, or is that something that can be settled quickly?
After 36 years, I'm ecstatic. We are so close, it's not funny. And panicking is out of my vocabulary right now. I think it's tremendous.
That's the positive news that we needed. I've got a couple of questions already coming at you if you're ready for some.
Go for it.
Morning, Mr. C. Is Donald Trump in contact with the Golden Dragons? In your opinion, of course.
Oh, he has been. Whether he is currently, I don't know. Golden Dragon, we know, had a conversation with Trump in 2019 after I sent my documentation to him. And they vetted me again, many times. But I do know that he spoke with the Golden Dragon's grandson, and I know that he signed off according to the military for the RV. But that was 2019. Since then, I do not know.
John T. Cycling, Mr. C. Is Wells Fargo Bank owned by the Chinese elder who owned the gold for the GCR? A lot of rumors that they own the bank. I can look at public records and show a considerable percentage, but I can't show that they own the whole bank.
Due to the fact that the banks issued many, many, many trillions of dollars of IOUs to the dragons. Yes, this happened back in the early 2000s, where Wells Fargo was giving us all kinds of problems, and they exercised the authority as debtor to the bank. The bank owed, they could not pay, therefore they surrendered shares. The answer is yes.
Karen's got a question. You said to ask Mr. C. I don't remember, but all right, I probably did. Very much what I would say. I've been trying. The person's been trying for a number of years with no response to find out they have over 500K in tax credits. Any idea what happens to them when the RV happens? I would assume they have to go and immediately pay them out when they settle all the tax stuff. What do you think, Mr. C?
I would think so. That's part of the fraud that's been going on with the IRS. So I would imagine they'll get paid.
I would imagine. Bobby, not certain I know what you mean on that one. The Rumble Group's great. Go visit them. They have freedom, far better freedom of speech than you folks have on YouTube. Oh, geez. Christy, possibly 20 plus inches of snow coming this weekend. That's crazy. Just wait, Mr. C. They're claiming 6 to 12 inches of snow in Iowa on Sunday. So maybe more Monday or Tuesday your way.
We're expecting 1 to 3.
No, thank you. Not interested in that one.
There's a question about the Senate did not pass the no tax on Social Security. That's wrong. That was part of the big, beautiful bill. That's done.
Reading some of these comments from folks. Here's one. Somebody, Joy, said I cashed in a 401k and they took 32 grand in taxes. Will I get that back? What do you think, Mr. C?
That should happen. Again, the IRS was set up on a fraudulent basis, and since it is fraud, there's return of monies paid into it. So I would imagine that's going to happen.
Chef Patriot, I saw Lauren Boebert was calling for the end of the IRS yesterday. Any thoughts? I think they are slow boiling that frog. They're preparing us, Mr. C, by these constant comments on doing away with it.
Well, it's partially gone in that it's already been brought into the Treasury, but until the RV occurs, it's not totally gone.
Sharon said, oh, wait. I meant to comment on this one. Said I visit on YouTube because it pays you better. I use Rumble for everything else. It does. YouTube pays better ad revenue. I get demonetized enough that's not my number one concern in any way. You want to make enough to make it worth the money because it affects the full-time job greatly. But yeah, watch wherever you're comfortable watching. That's kind of an icky thing because they do pay better, Mr. C, but you feel like you sold your soul to them because they are so just repulsive. These big corporations, it's tough.
Yeah, it's hard to avoid them. As much as they cause discomfort for me, they are a pain in the butt. But yeah, they are. You have to do what you have to do.
Of course, some of the rumors running around that they found bodies at Epstein Zorro Ranch in the last day or so, but waiting for confirmations. Buddy put, Mr. C, what do the Rothschilds have to say about the Golden Dragons or vice versa? Have you heard anything on that front? Any confirmation or conversations back and forth?
Well, I can tell you they're not saying kind words about the gold. That's the one thing I do know.
Oh, I bet so. They're probably not happy about the Golden Dragon.
The Gold Treaty has basically eliminated the law of the Rothschild family. So I imagine they're pretty PO.
It really does change. Well, heck, realistically, 100 plus years of power and relegates them to the ash heap of history.
Correct.
Let's see. Oh, Docden is reporting that all 6 crew members have been confirmed dead on the refueling tanker that went down in northern Iraq.
That's too bad.
That's too bad. That's an unfortunate side effect of war, guys, is death. Very. Let's see. Mr. C, has the new republic been formed, waiting in the background for Nasser? If so, couldn't Trump be president for his third term?
The new republic has been formed, uh, and I don't recall exactly at the moment when it was uh, authenticated, but it is waiting in the background. Trump could be another president for a third term, but that's after the RV. Under the current regs of the corporation, he cannot.
Yeah, we get the normal questions. Hey, what do you think the chances are before April 15th of this thing coming to a culmination?
I really have no idea.
Or should I say
We
fruition?
kept in the dark on that.
Yeah, I wish I knew that answer. Do I think there's an extremely high possibility we could be done before then, but I don't know for certain. Yeah. Like Jeff Spicoli, yeah, between taxes of 35 years worth, 401ks, tax. A lot of folks I think are going to be doing exceptionally well.
Yes.
Let's see. I'm a tax person. My seniors that make more than 75 grand don't get that 6,000 tax credit for seniors. They're still getting their Social Security taxed. Yeah, I know it's an improvement, but it is not what it needs to be.
Well, that's for 2025, by the way. So until April 15th, he's correct. You've got to still pay taxes, which my wife is very upset about. However, for 2026, there is no tax on Social Security.
KB, Mr. C, please tell us your project for farm equipment production. What'll be available to us? What are you thinking on that one?
Frankly, I have not had time to develop a comprehensive plan for farm equipment. I know we have to do it. I know that John Deere has to have competition out there without all the computers. But quite frankly, I just don't have the time right now. I've got to finish this book.
Believe Gene is curious. I volunteer at the local jail. Well, the residents there RV. I don't see why they want it, depending on their crime and what they debt they owe to society. Your
if
thoughts?
You've got money anywhere, you're going to be part of the RV. Period.
If you've got currency.
Yes.
Patty wants to know if there's any advice on how to approach the banks over the future exchanges.
Right now, only a small segment of the banking population know about what's going to happen, although they're being trained in the background, but they're not going to tell you publicly. They could get fired. That's crazy.
I've had a lot of them refuse to go there. That's for certain, to talk about it. And some of them are like, yeah, we know a lot about it, but no, we're not going to talk about it, or we won't be able to participate. I've heard some just very blatant ones. But Patty, my suggestion is going to be stop worrying. I've had 2 banks say that they are going to be distributing widely all over the internet instructions on how to set an appointment with them, all the details, all the whatever. Just wait. This is one where worrying about it is just going to drive you crazy and do you absolutely no good. And it's still going to happen and it's not going to change the outcome. Just wait for it to occur and find out what the instructions are.
That is correct. And since the Treasury is going to be our central bank instead of the Federal Reserve, it's going to be very clear cut.
I think it's going to be very clear cut. Frank just wants to know if you follow the U.S. debt clock.
Again, I don't have that much time. It takes me several hours a day just to write this book, and it's very, very in-depth. I just don't have the time.
Mr. C, your thoughts on CFTC and SEC finally signing off on memorandum of understanding? You're probably not keeping up with this.
Well, CFTC has to deal with derivatives. So everybody's scrambling to try to figure out what to do about derivatives. But what happens with the RV is they get taken off the books.
Yeah, Mr. C, are reports of the White House lying to us about how the war with Iran is going true? Truth is always the first casualty of war, but mainstream media is out there trying to convince everybody that the White House is lying to us, and they're the only one we can trust.
If they're winning, why in the hell would they lie? I mean, that's crazy. I wouldn't lie if I was winning. Now, if I was losing, I'd be lying everywhere. not if I'm winning. And it's obvious they're winning.
Um, Jack wants to know, Mr. C, is all the stolen gold included in the gold treaty?
Well, I'm not sure what stolen gold refers to. Um, most of the gold from the gold treaty is coming from assets that were never on the books since the 1943-44 Bretton Woods Agreement. Because during World War II, they did not count the Pacific Rim gold as being real. So I'm not sure about the stolen gold. If you talk about the Vatican gold and gold that Bush took from Fort Knox, etc., yes.
Yeah, I can't wait to see how much gold actually comes through. And have you heard anything? I know chances are slim on a Fort Knox audit.
I doubt it, because the gold that was taken by the Chinese basically in 2008, in other words, and out of the Times, I think if there's any gold there, it's all platinum bars with gold-plated tungsten, say it that way. Just like they did with the Queen.
David, Mr. C's, how is Mrs. C doing? That's a good question, David. I should be a better friend and ask him more often.
She's doing well. She's fighting the battle at the local government. A lot of inept people are in charge, causing disruption. And it's funny because unknowingly or knowingly, I'm not sure which, they're committing fraud against the residents of the county. And they're going to be called up on the carpet pretty soon.
Just reading some of these. That didn't where the Trump states clocked in it. Yeah, Mika, I've never heard Trump says an RV is going to happen by July 4th. I've seen comments about gold-backed treaties and some things that would require an RV to have happened before July 4th of this year. But I've never heard him say. I think he's given us enough hints, though.
Well, he sure loves gold, that's for sure. DJT is asking, Canada has no gold reserves, apparently. Are we able to make it out okay after this? Well, that's with the RV, all countries, all signatories to the gold treaty will be gold-backed currencies. And Canada has enough of real wealth in gold, in ground reserves, power supply, etc. I don't think Canada is going to suffer at all after the RV.
I don't think they're going to suffer. Joe said, Mr. C and Mark, do you still believe one? I don't think I ever believed this one, but do you still believe Zim will solely be handled through Wells Fargo? I don't think Zim's going to be solely handled through Wells Fargo. Never have. Mr. C, your thoughts?
I quite agree. I've never heard that, and I don't see where it's possible.
Carolyn, happy birthday. Let me add that one to the list and get on to more questions. Let's see. Blood pool. I have not found any place that will pay you a higher value for your Bolivar right now. You'd be selling it what you paid or less.
I'm sorry. Kelly is asking how much longer my book's going to take. That's really good. I'm currently in December of 2009, and what I'm finding, I'm learning all kinds of things. I was just telling Dana yesterday that I'm relearning things that I knew, but because we had so many plates in the air at the time, I did not know which one was real. So I'm relearning things that are incredible. For example, that Admiral Morris, as I knew him, and reported directly to Casey, as well as Poindexter and Woolsey. And it's very interesting to me how I got involved in all this stuff. And that's why they brought me back in 96, 97, in that I was the only clean broker-dealer that was marketed worldwide by Bush Sr. But it is interesting. To give you an idea, I see this possibly being done by early summer. That's what I'm pushing for, because it's going to be about 1,000 pages.
And guys, when he's talking about being done by early summer, he's talking about his book being done by early summer. Because I can
Yes.
probably already going to get about 50 emails. It's not happening until summer.
No, just the book.
Just the book, exactly. Dobie wants to know, Kukla brought this question. Mr. C, did you get your printer issues corrected?
Finally, we got a refund totally from MasterCard. I got 2 printers sent here that work, and I've got some pretty good amounts of prints, so that was pretty good. But it was a very expensive Christmas season this year. Very expensive.
I hear you, Matt, with kind of a comment, kind of a question. I've got some thoughts because I've listened to everything he's had to say on it. But Elon Musk says high universal income. Your thoughts?
Well, that's kind of counterproductive. If we have universal income, what's going to make people work? And I don't see that being practical. So I just don't see it. I know that we never talked about that with the airport guys, but it just doesn't make sense to me.
At some point, to me, it makes a lot of sense that things like that will change as technology. We get replicators, we can make whatever we want, or we just get robots that can do our physical labor, from housework to building a house to, picking up the groceries to, you name it, everything else. I can see a point in time. Many people believe that just this year alone, we'll lose 15 to 20% of our knowledge workers from the workforce. We're not going to need as many people if technology continues to expand, but we're years away from that. We're years away from nobody having to work.
I quite agree.
But inevitably, at some point, unless we stop progressing, yes, we'll get to that point at some point. We're just not there yet. And Elon Musk talks about that a lot. Talks about that transition, what it looks like, that it's going to take a while. But everybody cherry picks his comments just like they do Mr. C's and mine.
If you hear something in the background, my daughter having a bad day.
How are you having? How's your day going? Because I know it's tough on you when she's having a rough day.
I'm surviving. It's unfortunate. In fact, in this time period that I'm writing currently, we lost her for a while. She just flipped out and had a mental breakdown as well as physical. So it's tough. That's part of the problem of writing the book. I have to relive this.
That's got to be tough. Let's see. Question: why make another slave class with universal income? Haven't we seen this with welfare?
I agree.
It's daily word. I hope, if nothing else, we don't go to welfare any more than we go to maybe you give them a 1 acre land and they get to raise their own food or something. We've got to find something in between. I'm a little worried about human nature. Let's see. Yeah, Biz, I like that. Even after the return of the Savior, we'll have work to do. The work will be a little different, but there will be work. I'm with you. There's always going to be some work to do.
Agree.
Let's see. What else do we have? Jets are flying over house fast and loud. There's so much movement going on. Have you seen anything crazy in your neck of the woods? I know you get some military movement coming in and around here in the Great Lakes pretty often, Mr. C.
Not in the past couple of weeks, man. It's been very quiet. Very quiet.
Yeah, bro, if you don't work, you don't eat. Keep it simple. Rum doctor, slave class. We've all been slaves by working our entire lives. We're just free range slaves, Rum doctor. We got to change it. Lot of excellent gal wants your thoughts on this one, Mr. C. Netanyahu missing. I mean, he hasn't had much of a presence. It's like, where's Waldo? The new Ayatollah, absolutely, where's Waldo? Nobody can seem to find him. Your thoughts on that one? Have you heard anything on why we're not seeing a Netanyahu?
No, I don't. Although, given the animosity with the Iranian leadership, I would be surprised if they're not taking precautions against a stray cluster bomb by the drones attacking him personally. But they've tried to kill him before in his bedroom, so it's not surprising to me.
Richard,
it is war, by the way.
Yeah, it is war. Richard said UBI would have to be just a fraction over the bare minimum. Otherwise, it does go back to a life. So I'll agree, Richard. If they do offer a UBI, it is going to be a sustenance level only. In other words, you'll eat enough to keep a roof over your head and some food in your belly, but it may not be what you want to eat or where you want to live. That's what I think you'll see. 72Z, chop your own wood. It'll warm it wood. It will warm you twice.
I wish I could.
Yeah, right. Although you still out there snow plowing. I don't know how you do it.
With much difficulty.
Mm.
I'm realizing my age more and more each season.
Yeah, I think for next winter, well, of course, we're going to RV, so it doesn't matter. I was going to say we would get you. Have you seen some of the new robot ones? You got like a little remote and it drives itself, and you sit there on the remote driving the snow plow.
It would be very difficult to do that in this area where I'm currently at, because the houses are so close, and I'd be afraid of a lot of damages. I really would.
Yeah, those things are really cool looking. They're little track things. They're really cool looking. I have to send you some videos of them, Mr. C. They're pretty cool. You might change your mind.
Okay.
Let's see, or your neighbor's kid that likes playing on the Xbox may just take over doing the whole neighborhood for fun.
We don't have that many children in this area. It's considered to be an older, an older neighborhood, which is surprising. When we first came in, there were children all over the place. Now they're gone.
Kathy just saying robots are coming anyway. AI is here to take our jobs. Google it, guys. Yes, technology did the same thing. It took a lot of factory jobs as we started adding more robots in the 70s and 80s. Think about all the jobs it took from automakers when Henry Ford instituted using an assembly line. How many coach workers suddenly weren't needed to hand pound this or hand pound that? You need a fraction of the employees. It's technology.
I agree.
You can either figure out how to maximize progress, or you can fight progress, and it's just going to run over you. Question for both. Mr. Caslin's missing and several other high scientists missing. Any idea where they have gone or who took them? I'm not certain the reference. You may have to give me more. Have you heard anything on missing scientists, Mr. C?
No, I have not. No, I have not.
Robbie Buck with a question, would like to hear Mr. C's thoughts on the Zim bonds. Too many high numbers on value, almost impossible to be worth 30 million to 100 for a 100 trillion bond. Guess they're wanting your thoughts on values on Zim.
I don't have any. I was told by Interpol to stay out of that arena, and I have.
Susie Q, Mr. C, have you ever heard about the Paisor family, Paisor family? Not sure if the spelling's correct. Seen research showing that they're actually the family in control of even the Rothschilds. I've never seen that. Mr. C, have you heard any of that?
No, not in 36 years. I've not.
Yeah, Susie Q, I'd be fascinated. So feel free to send me any links you find on that one. I no problem doing a little research myself. Vicky, I love stories like this, Mr. C. Vicky saying, my husband shovels and blows snow all the time. He's 80 years old. He can't wait to get back to work on the farm soon.
I understand that.
Awesome.
I missed the farm. When I was growing up on the farm, I hated it every day. After school, I had to clean the barn. It was not fun. But now I really do miss the land and the being able to walk through the woods.
Yeah, my grandfather was 84 or 85 before I had to give up mowing the yard and doing all the tough stuff. He just refused to give up, which is a good thing. Trying to find a few more of these questions, Mr. C. If you see one, you just grab it and run. Kevin, Mr. C, do you have to go back to your country of origin to get your money from the RV?
I don't think so, because if you have money here, funds, dollars, currency in the U.S., the exchange is going to happen here.
I've always been told if you are legally wherever you are, it's okay. In other words, how do I say that? If you are there legally, you can do it there. Yeah. Meaning if I'm an American and I'm in Europe, but I'm there legally, I can do it there. If you're a European and you're in the U.S. and you're here legally, you can do it here. If you're a Canadian, you're here legally, you can do it. That's what I've heard.
But if you're illegal, beware.
Beware, yes.
Confiscate your money.
Yes, that's what I've been told over and over and over. As long as you are wherever you're supposed to be legally, you are good to go. If you had a crime in your past, but you have paid your bill, you're good to go. Oh, wow. Silver down to 80.76. Somebody said suppression's on. I told you guys, I was told this week they would do another push to try to squeeze down the price towards the end of the week. And here we are on Friday, and I'm doing an update. And waiting for it to roll through. Oh, geez. They are really pushing it down. 81.13. Gold pushed down to 50.54. And by the end of the weekend, it'll probably be $88, $90 for silver, 53.54 for gold. Wash, rinse, repeat. What do they have to gain from that, Mr. C?
Probably easier to buy more.
I'm just going to take, I've been taking advantage of every opportunity. May only be an ounce, maybe a quarter one, maybe just whatever. Every time they push it down, I make them pay a little more. Mr. Longenrod, I'd heard some family named Orsini as the top of it, but who knows? Yeah, I don't know. But guys, I would be interested in that kind of information. Or anybody that's ever done a really deep dive that wants to be a guest on a podcast, let me know. You're just going to have to be articulate to get your point over so that people can listen and understand it. Let's see. Is there a cap on non-taxable tips? Robin, I don't know that answer, but we have a couple of tax professionals in with his new rules and laws. Is there one? Is not? Just watch in chat to see what you find on that one. I don't know that answer.
I do not either. I would doubt it.
Yeah, I would doubt it, but I would be curious. Let's see. Committee of 300 and Council of 10 runs the world. I don't know. That sounds about right to me. I don't know what it is, but it sounds about right.
You used to.
Music with a question for you, Mr. C. Is there a correlation between all the legit news with the timing of the Syrian currency activation? Is that about when this started truly moving?
Wow.
Yeah, I'm not looking for that correlation because I think Syria is just being propped up as yet another cash grab down the road because it's going to take longer to change their currencies, et cetera. That's my thought when I've seen it. Same with Iran. I really feel like this has been a really good business model for them. And unless the good guys win everything, we're going to keep seeing it. Another country every 10, 20 years, they take another one rich in resources and revalue it.
Well, Syria just had a change of government, so it's not surprising they're activating a new currency. So, but that really does not have any impact on the RV.
Yeah, Roy Hobbs. I don't know how this one's going to play out in the court system. Roy just making the point the blue state governors aren't enacting Trump's big, beautiful bill items like no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, lower taxes for retired folks working. Yeah, some states are refusing. Your federal tax will be lower, but they're still going to. I don't know how they're going to do that in accounting because nearly every one of the states uses your federal income tax return to figure out your state. So I don't know how that's going to work. But I'm confident it's going to be one heck of a legal mess.
Well, basically what Trump was talking about is federal tax. The states can declare, just like they do currently, some states don't tax Social Security, some states do. And what Trump was talking about is a federal tax. So I'm not sure what each state was going to do with the tax on tips and etc.
That's exactly, Joshua. When I heard you guys saying, that's what I pictured in my head. Payseur, Payseur family. And Mel K, somebody G Wiz says, I remember Mel K talking about the Payseur family years ago. I really need to reach out to Mel K and see if she'd ever be interested in doing a show. She would be a wealth of knowledge to bring in here. Let's see. Anything else? I just noticed the time. We've gone a bit over. Mr. C, anything else you want to touch on? Do you want to see if there's any other questions you want to tackle?
First off, I'd like to say thank you to Lyman. I appreciate it very, very much. I'm okay for another question or two, if you wish.
Booger better not be another porn site. Yeah, no, it's Booger's porn. Booger's only fan. Question: do you think they will hold off the RV until the 4th of July? I'll be 75 on the 28th. A lot of people are worried, Mr. C, that we're going to be waiting until July 4th. I just don't. Your thoughts?
After 36 years of waiting for this to be resolved, I don't put a calendar date on this. I just don't know. And we just have to continue on. It's like a time team. In order to win, you've got to survive. And you just got to hold on. I don't know.
Frank, there's no good reason that I haven't had Rob Cunningham on here. We've shared the stage a number of times. Rob is such a hell of a nice guy and very knowledgeable. There's no good excuse for me not already having had him on here. There's a few of them like that. Buddy, Mark, when you say the currencies we hold will RV to a certain valuation based on the dollar, how do we really know what any value will be when we don't know what what our currency will do at the RV time? And I think that's a good point, Mr. C. And sometimes when I hear rates like $20 an hour, I'm like, okay, if the dollar loses 50% of its value, that's would make a lot of sense. When I hear some of these higher valuations, are they going to adjust the US dollar? So I guess they're just want your thoughts on it.
Well, the problem is we can't discuss values on a fiat currency basis. What we are going to be discussing after the RV or at the RV is the gold-backed currency, backed by assets. A dollar is going to be worth a dollar, and all currencies for those signatories and other major nations around the world will be on parity. A dollar equals a yen equals a pound equals a ruble. So to me, that's not a real question, because the exchanges are based upon bringing the fiat values of the world currencies that we have, like dinar, zim, etc., up to par to the gold-backed currency. That's what we're talking about.
We do need that parity. That's and something to remember, Mr. C. Maybe we can touch on that really quick, and then we'll get over to Matt and Lucas over at the Gurus. Speaking of which, you need anything? I got Matt hanging in the studio.
I just ordered.
Oh, you just ordered. That's great. What is your favorite? That's a good part question, right?
We have two parts of it. My wife uses the non-THC. I use THC for the sleep, to get to sleep at night. I have a terrible time getting to sleep. Terrible. And it's just unreal. But I just put it down as old age.
Dag on this old age thing. A real quick one, because we've talked about this in the past, but it's been a while, where we've said that what we should see is kind of like an RV and then a reset with parity. But how does that work?
Well, the process is basically as been described to me. The team will arrive here with the new computers or portable computers, and I will put the codes in, relay them to the new treasury, which will be in the Reno area. And the Treasury of the United States of America, Republic of the United States of America, that will fund a new government, and it will also release the locks on the gold around the world through the U.S. Treasury, central bank, for the release of the gold to back all the currencies for the signatories. So which means that each country will have their own currency gold backed. And at that time, all fiat currency will be zeroed out, all fiat currency, and all derivatives will be taken off the balance sheets. And immediately there will be a debt jubilee around the world for all debts. And that's the process, that's the mechanics. With regard to that, the reset is going to take place at one time, all currencies involved, and it's going to be very interesting to see what happens. I'm not sure if I answered the question, but that's the mechanics of what's going to happen.
I may work on a little kind of like a expected timeline for next week in case we haven't finished and crossed that finish line yet.
Okay.
Think it'd probably be a good thing for me to do and then be able to post somewhere. Mr. C, I can't thank you enough for joining us. You do it every week. You grind through even when it is hell on you and your schedule. We appreciate you.
Well, I thank you for the opportunity to take questions and to get on my soapbox. But I'll tell you, this has been an incredible experience. And the more I am writing this book and finding out new facts that I had overlooked many years ago, it is astounding that I was at the right place at the right time with the right talent to be placed into this maelstrom of corruption, etc., and remain alive and to stay alive to be able to talk about it and to write about it. So thank you again. Appreciate it. And we'll see you next week, if not sooner.
Do you have time real quick? Nikki just and this is a great one.
Sure.
What is the Golden Dragon's motivation for putting up their gold? A lot of people are like, why in the world would they do this great thing for humanity? You know, what's their hidden motivation, etc. And I think that was a really great one before we bounce to Matt.
Well, there was a couple of reasons. One is he got yanked around, and he was there in the States for quite a while by the rats doing whack-a-mole, giving approval on one day and disapproval the next by the corrupt people in charge of this corporation, which I elucidate quite well in the book. The reason basically is retribution. And I want to say that by meaning this. For decades and decades and decades, they were strung around by the nose. Their assets were stolen, misused by the banks, by the rats, and they could not get a dime of it. It was held under the control of the US dollar, basically consortium, which really gave them pennies. If they accepted bribes, they got paid. If they didn't, they got screwed. So basically what we're talking about is transparency, rule of law, source of funds, use of funds, on the balance sheet transactions. If one has to look at what's been going on, the thousands of trillions of dollars that were roaming around the world through the 90s and early 2000s were non-taxable because they were off the balance sheet. This whole effort was to put that money on the balance sheet, pay the taxes, and make it a real economy worldwide. That's what the Queen was doing. That's why the Queen authorized a $6.2 trillion loan to me, along with Dana, to refund the dollar. But that fell through because they stole it. So basically what we're talking about is rule of law and transparency.
Sounds like all they wanted was a level playing field for themselves and everybody else, and they wanted retribution for being screwed by, call it the Rothschild banking system.
That's it.
I can live with that. Mr. C, thank you very much.
Thank you, and take care.
Take care. Kept them extra long today, Matt. I am so sorry about keeping you, but that one was an excellent Mr. C. Birthday wise, Walker, Shell, Nikla, Paula, Marina, Caroline. So they tell me it's your birthday. Well, happy birthday, darling. May you live, may you love, may all your dreams come true. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Matt. It's not your birthday, Matt.
Hey, how you doing?
Good. How about yourself?
I'm doing good. Did you hear me like get in there at the end and do a little thing?
Oh man, no, no.
I mean, we heard through. No, no.
You guys, you didn't notice that the person doing the backup singing was Matt. He was so pitch perfect, you didn't even notice it.
Right?
They just thought my voice was extra deep and rich today.
Yep, for sure. But no, I sound like Michael Jackson when I sing. Woo! No, not really. I'm probably, I got a low voice, I guess. Maybe I do. I mean, I don't know. I'm not sure if I do anymore. My voice is changing. I'm growing old. So anyway.
Yeah, that's. I wasn't ready for that. You know, when I was younger and it was changing, that was acceptable. They forgot to tell you what getting old's like, Matt.
You know, I kind of pictured it with, they don't tell you, but you can kind of see it from other old people. You know, and you're always younger and you're going, God, I wonder if I'm going to be like that someday. Yeah, I mean, I guess I am. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And, Oh my God, yeah.
And I'm kind of okay with it, especially like the grumpy old guys that's sitting at the corner store that would just tell you exactly how it is and give you really good life advice, whether you want it or not. I've enjoyed
Yeah.
becoming those guys.
Yeah, I liked all the old guys. I used to go collect for my paper outside, talk to all the old people. They were the greatest. They'd give me
Oh, they're the best.
more snacks when you're out there, truthfully. So that was the best part. The younger ones were always so busy with their young kids and stuff, but the old ones, come on in, Matt, let's sit down. Okay, sure. I mean, they just sit there and have a few snacks with them, and they tip you pretty good. The older people always tip better. So I guess they had more money at the time, more disposable income, right? I guess.
Right.
You got a question there already? Or what's
Yeah,
that?
yeah. Doug just wanted to know, and I've had this question come up, and I've just told him to reach out to you directly that there's ways to work around this. But just asking, so what's going on? I think they're in Idaho, the Colorado, Idaho, Wyoming thing, and the ordering. They just want to know, what do they do, and what's the
Right
reasoning?
now, we'll put it on the site there. I was going to try something, but it became a deal where it was going to take me an hour per order, and truthfully, I don't have time for it or the staff, So we're just going to wait till we get something else figured out, and I think we will within a week or two, hopefully. And that'll be up to Kevin if Kevin can push it, and him and Scotty and get her done. Then we'll be all right, So, but we'll work on it until further notice. Yeah, so we'll put it up on top of the site when those 3 states are cool to ship to. And till
Yeah.
then,
How many
everybody
people
else,
have
you're in.
how many people have already started sending to their neighbors across state lines or their family members and then having them ship it to them? How many people have already gone there? My guess is hundreds. I've heard of folks that are doing that already. And I don't mean just from you. I'm talking about in general in those states.
Yeah, for sure. And yeah, it's just and in Colorado too, to get yourself if you want. I mean, I think there's a shop pretty much on, I don't know, at least every three corners, where you can go if you got to get something if you're an adult, which you are, So just to tide you over till we get this figured out. We're trying, but right now it's not figured out. So. But that's not our fault. It's the states here. The states, they make their own laws, and then
A lot of those states don't like the competition from people like Matt and Lucas to cut into their state setup for revenue. They don't want the profit running across the state line to somebody like a Lucas or Matt when they could use it to fund all their pet projects.
Well, the problem is too is like you said, it's mostly tax based. So if you can sell more marijuana products than hemp, the state is going to get unbelievable amount of more money in their pocket. Whereas hemp, they can't get that. So it's really revenue based, and obviously it's kind of working on both fronts. You have both the tax implications as well as just the marijuana lobbyists that don't want the competition. So there's several things not working in our favor.
And 99% of it is they provide a better deal for the people.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it really is a sad thing. Getting people already with some website stuff from, hey, please put the lavender soap back in stock. It's still in your website description. I'm not certain whether they need to put in or taken out or whatever. I don't know that one. Then somebody vitamin the probiotics. Do you want to tell us how to get in, and then we'll start hitting these questions?
Yeah, for sure. And the soaps, I think it's going to be midweek to maybe Thursday or Friday. We'll have a shipment of soaps coming in. So, and we'll have lavender, eucalyptus for sure. And then let's see. Yeah, the site. Let's get to that site. Get to the site. It's out of sight. Our site is out of sight. Okay, so anyways, to get to the CBD Gurus, you go to thecbdgurus.com, THECBDGURUS.com, and you hit the wholesale button on the top. If you're on the big computer at home, there's words across the top: home, shop, wholesale, about. Hit the wholesale, you guys, and then hit MarkZ. If you're on the phone, it's on the right side. There's the little lines there. Hit those and hit the wholesale line. Then jump in there. Hit Mark's name, and then if you need to put a code word in to get into the site, it's lowercase KRAMCBD. And then when you get in there, you automatically be in the specials. If you don't see something on special and you want to order it, like the pet oil. It's not on special, but it's in the pet CBD. You just hit one of those purple blue buttons, or I don't know exactly what the color, purple nurple or something. And then you get in there and you hit those and find your product. Otherwise, you can just scroll down, and we've got some choices here. We've got, if you want to take 20% off an order, you put in lowercase MAR20, or not including, if you don't want the discount, at $100, you can get, not including shipping and discounts, you get 40 million Bolivar. And we were giving more out last week, but then the price of it went up from our supplier almost 2.5 times. So, you know, we're giving out less Bolivar now. I'm just guessing that that's probably going to be the trend. You know, I'm just guessing. I'm not sure it is, but
Yeah, maybe they'll have a special and we can get excited. But the reality is it's probably going to keep getting more expensive.
yeah. And it's, yeah, for sure. I mean, it's the oil, the Bolivar, the oil. It's all set. But let's see. Then you scroll down. If you have any questions on an order and you're a new person, you can't figure out, hey, what do I get for my problem? You know, even though probably CBD will probably pretty much take care of everything anyway, but there's different versions of it for certain things. And we got the black seed oil. So give a call, 612-412-8343, and get those questions answered. And then if you call on the weekend, you can leave your name and number, and we'll get back to you on Monday. But because once you get to the weekend, you guys, here's the deal: it's not going to get shipped any sooner anyway. You know, so it all goes on Monday then, but to the post office or UPS. So 612-412-8343 if you want to need some help with an order and you're new in this, because there's always a lot of new people. Okay.
Plus, you get to talk to Wendy, Amy, or
Wendy.
sometimes even Matt.
Yeah, that's 100% right. Yeah. And let's see, is there anybody after that, maybe? No, no, that's about it. Us three.
Yeah, rare occasion has anybody else ever been on that phone when I've had any back or forth. It's almost always those one of you guys. Yins.
Yep. Yeah, and I used to answer it all the time, and then we got Amy, and then now we got Wendy. But yeah, it's great. They do a great job. Yep, for sure. So we're gonna keep them. How's that sound? Okay.
Awesome.
So for sure. Okay, so for the first product we have is Simon Bolivar and his million. And I was just reading about him the other day. He was pretty interesting guy, you know. He freed Venezuela from the Spaniards. So that was pretty good. Pretty tough thing to do at that time. But anyway, let's see. Kind of looks like Elvis too, in a way. And probably, no, Elvis was a little bit darker. That guy looks super white. Although he probably wasn't quite that white. He kind of looks like I don't know, he's from Norway or something maybe. But anyway, okay. So 10 million Bolivar free with $10 or more purchase. So you got to go in there and hit that, okay? Then it's in the cart. Okay, that's cool. Now, and remember, you get the 20% discount or the, what was it again? 40 million Bolivar at $100, not including postage or handling. Not handling, coupon. Okay. All right. Here we go. Now the next product, sleep gummies, 4 for $100. Great for sleep, no THC. The Miracle Gold gummies. It's the same stuff in our oils, except it's in the gummy. 4 of those for $100. That means 120 of those. Take a couple of those a day. What's the recommendation for those per day for the average person, Lucas, on the Miracle Gold gummies? Do you know?
I mean, probably 1 or 2. So if you look at it, we dosed it exactly like instead of a 1 ounce, it'd be 1 gummy is equivalent to a half a dropper. So, you know, we always like to start off with people with a half dropper, and more of the times than not, that's enough. I take 1 gummy a day of the Miracle Gold gummies. But I know there are some people that do like to have the full dropper. And you kind of get up there with the CBG. But remember, guys, with anything of our products with CBG, it's not It's not a psychoactive. It's not going to make you, feel high. Like it's not THC. But one benefit of CBG is that it is a little bit of a, it'll give you energy. So, we do like to tell people to not take it, after, 1 or 2 p.m. Just because it doesn't with some people, like Matt will take 2 of them and he'll fall right asleep. But a lot of people are super sensitive to it and it'll be like, it'll keep you up. So, I'm very sensitive. I mean, Matt, I can't drink caffeine past 10 a.m. because I just won't be able to fall asleep. And so I'm one of those that are super, super sensitive to anything like that, any stimulant. So I always take my gummies or my CBG in general in the morning.
Yeah, and that's a good thing. You don't want to rely on all the stimulants. I don't, but I can actually go.
You don't rely? Are you kidding me?
What?
I don't do anything before I have my coffee in the morning. Are you kidding me? Oh,
Well, no,
I
have
love
coffee.
my caffeinated stimulants in the morning.
No, I do too, but I was just kind of saying that so anybody who's overboard will think a little
Oh,
bit about maybe not
well,
doing so
yeah, you
much.
don't want the people. I mean, Matt, do you know how many people there are out there that drink those energy drinks throughout the day? I can. I mean, you
I
want
know a
to.
lot of them. I used to be able to do that.
I
Now
used to be too, but man, it destroyed. I mean, it will destroy you
it'll kill
faster
you.
than anything. Oh, 100%. I mean, so to Matt's point, like you do want to be careful with the stimulants. Obviously, having a few cups of coffee in the morning, you're good. But man, like stay away from the massive stimulants throughout the day because it will just wreck your mitochondria and your own ability to produce ATP. I mean, your own energy source. So like don't destroy your body.
What it does to your heart, your anxiety, your blood pressure, ease up on those. That's going to be my advice.
Yep.
Hey Matt, any update on the unscented lotion 2000?
That is on the way. It's on a truck and it's rolling towards the Gurus right now, which means I'm hoping Monday or Tuesday. So, but I'm gonna have to look at the shipping, how it's doing. I might just put it out this weekend, but
Let me see if I can find this comment.
No, go ahead. That was my
No, go right
call.
ahead. I made a mistake of speaking out loud, trying to find a comment here. Cheryl, they do not send to Canada.
Yeah, sorry, Cheryl. I wish we could. I haven't been to Canada for a long time either, though. So
Trudeau really was really a big proponent of that, of not being allowed to.
yeah,
Really,
I mean, how weird is that, man? Just I don't get it.
He was an odd duck, though, Matt. He was a weird dude. You ever hear him like just in his speeches and conversation? He was just he was different.
Well, sure he was, because his dad was from Cuba. Oops. I'm just kidding. No, but he's probably going to be happy pretty soon. He'll get to go home to his homeland. No, actually, I know Canadians. I think they can go there anyway. Isn't that a surprise? But I'm pretty sure on that. I'm not. Couldn't they go there all the time anyway to Cuba? Maybe I'm wrong.
I don't know those laws.
I don't either. I'm just kind of flying by just rolling with it. Okay, so that superfood probiotic, yeah. When I use that, and the only thing is I forget once in a while, but then I go, okay, I'm dragging. I got to take that, and I get energy, and I get all my vitamins and minerals. It's great stuff. Lucas really made a good product with that one, you guys. And not only that, you can give that to kids too, right, Lucas?
I do not tell people that. No, I do not tell people that they can give it to children. Always consult. Or the superfood? I
Yeah,
thought
the
I don't know
superfood.
why. My brain was still on Miracle Gold.
God, I was shocked.
Yeah,
but a
no,
lot of people asking like what vitamins specifically in it. So I was like, it is on the website, guys. You can go to the description for it. and it lists the amounts and everything of the vitamins: vitamin A, C, D3, B1, B2,
Yep.
B3, B6, folate, biotin, B12, the methylated kind, the good stuff, zinc, spinach leaf, kale, spirulina, chlorella. It's got it all in there listed. When they're
Yeah, for
curious as to
that,
what's
for
in it.
that one or two, depending on the age of your kids. Yeah, those are great vitamins. For adults, we like to do 3. Don't do 5 or 6 like Matt loves to do. I told him that's way too much. But yeah, I mean, I'd say 1 or 2, depending on the weight and size. But yeah, for adults, 3 gummies is perfect and get all your vitamins and minerals. Guys, there's no cannabinoids, there's no CBD, THC. It's just a good, wholesome, well-rounded vitamins and minerals for a good price. That's what frustrated and why I did this is because I went on like a rant on how these stores were selling 20, 30, $40 vitamins, and it was absolute garbage. It was not like they weren't testable, they weren't from good sources, and it was just absolute junk. And then you do go and find good vitamins and minerals, and a 25-day supply is $140, $180. And I'm like, come on, like this is ridiculous. You can supply a solid, great variation of a good sourced vitamin and minerals for the same price as what they're selling this garbage for. So that's why we went this direction.
Hey, I got a question. And if you were like a Sherpa guy, up on K2 or whatever it's called, because I was talking to somebody the other day about maybe going and trying that sometime, the mountain climb up K2. And,
all right.
And I know it's pretty funny, Mark, but seriously, that's my goal. But could you take those with you? Would those help for your nutrition, or would you?
I mean, they would definitely help for your nutrition, but the problem is when you're up in that area, the nutrition is probably the least. I mean, unless you're going to stay up there for months, if not, 6 months to a year. That arena is going to be more about hydration, salt intake, and protein consumption.
Okay. Yeah, I'm pretty sure if I went, that'd probably be a real long time I'd be up there. Because I really said,
Are you just going to go up there and live? You're going to get up there and be like,
No.
screw the rest of the world. I'm just going to live up here for the next 20 years.
Well, no, I figured that I really am going to give it a shot sometime. I'm sure I'm not going to come down, but I'll be one of the frozen guys that they just lay there and everybody passes them by for years. And I'll be holding my little superfood probiotic thing,
That would be great. I mean, honestly, a lot of people would love to go that way. And I've even thought about it because guess what? You can never, everyone will always remember you because how many people go by you every single time? I mean, you'll be up there for decades and generations to come.
Yep, for sure. That's what I really, that'd be great. So, okay, I'm doing that for sure now that we talked about it.
Well, it might be negative though, because then people are gonna look at you with you holding your superfoods and be like, "Children, don't eat those superfoods, or you'll also end up frozen on a mountaintop."
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Look at that guy's crazy. He's mad.
We're gonna get him like one of those little Saint Bernard little things that goes on his collar with the probiotics in it.
Oh,
Yeah.
man. You know what? How old were you? Guys? How old were you when you realized that the Saint Bernards really didn't have that? Because when I was little,
I was heartbroken. I mean, I was heartbroken. I mean, some I forget. It was like a friend of the we went somewhere and somebody had a Saint Bernard, and I remember as a kid, and I was like, Saint Bernard, and I was looking for that daggone barrel on its collar, and it just wasn't there.
Yeah. Oh man, I'm just like you, Mark. I swear, I think it was between 4 and 5 when. No, it was actually after that. It was probably about 6, or 7. I don't know. But then I thought, wait a second, they don't really do that. No, that's just in cartoons. It's like, oh God. I knew Santa Claus was fake and cheated too, but I thought that, like, oh man. Anyway.
Lucas and Matt, you've seen like those Trump babies, and that's like the thing. Like everybody's got one. Every politician now has their baby, from Elon Musk baby to Chuck Schumer baby to Trump baby. We're gonna need somebody to do babies just for the 3 of us for one of these shows.
I would go.
Oh my gosh, that would be awesome. I mean, I kind of want a baby version of Matt as a
Oh my
bobblehead
God,
that
it'd
I
be
can put in
great.
my car.
A bobblehead.
A
You know
bobblehead
what?
baby mat for the car. That's what we need to give away for the
Hey,
CBD Guru's big giveaway. It comes with
oh,
every entrance to the RV park.
I got something, and I'm gonna go talk to him today about it. It's one of the coolest things I think ever, and it'll be cool. It's gonna really be cool, but it's not material. It can last forever. It's gonna be awesome, and I'm so excited. I can't even stand it. I mean, and it's so off the wall that it'll be cool, and I'm excited. And you know what? I'm gonna have let's see. Do you want your own thing based on you, Mark, with your picture?
Hey, look, I mean, have at it, man.
Okay. I'll have Lucas and you know, I could do that for sure. It'll be fun. It'll be a ball. And a bobblehead, that would be neat. Yeah, for sure. I was you know what, it would be cool to have like a Cabbage Patch doll. You know, your own Cabbage Patch doll, I think. But maybe I don't know. I'm just thinking. Forget about it. Well, anyways, maybe we should get back to the specials here. So
Yeah. All right. Then we're gonna. I'm saving questions, so I'm gonna be
yeah,
ready
well,
for you
I'll
when
go
you're ready.
super fast, you guys. So we got mushroom gummies, 3 for $100. We got broad spectrum gummies, 4 for $100. We've got the mushroom concentrates. You know, I will tell you, if you haven't tried them and you like coffee, give those concentrates a try because I haven't heard one bad thing about them. You know, we got them they got the sweet taste, but with no calories. And then we got regular, and then we've still got the peppermint mocha. It's a
Peppermint
hit.
mocha.
Yeah, it's still good. You know, even though
Yeah, I
it's
gotta
not the
try that.
holiday. Yeah, I love it. You know what?
Yeah, that's it, Matt. I
Does
gotta
it taste
call
like
you
a
today
Girl
for
Scout
some of that.
cookie? Like, does it
Mm,
taste like the Thin Mint Girl Scout cookies?
a lot better because you don't have the calories, Lucas. It's the same. Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right, Lucas. I don't know about you, but I'm gonna be calling Matt today for some of that while they still have it. Oh, oh, wait, now he's back. We had lost Matt for a second. We got him back.
I don't. Is he there?
Yeah, he's back now, I think. Do we have you, Matt?
Matt, if you can hear us, restart.
Matt.
It happens to me too. It happened to me
No,
last week.
Oh, it's really awkward when it happens to me and I'm like the host.
Yeah. I mean, it's
Really
Matt's
awkward.
like, why'd you get off the show? I'm like, dude, it kicked me. It just, you know, or it feels like it's a kicking. He was like, do you think Mark did? I go 100%.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
He hit that ejection button. Get out of here now.
Yeah, no. I definitely would never do anything like that. Besides, then I'm sitting here talking to nobody. It's really awkward. I'd rather click me out. Like, oops, where did I go? It shows he's in here, but I'm waiting to hear him talk. Before we know he's there. You want to do some questions while we wait for his return?
Yeah, that's fine. Let's do that.
Kukla brought one in, I think, from another platform. Can you take CBD products with blood thinners? I mean, I know a number of people that do, but I would definitely ask my doctor your thoughts on that one. Am I giving good advice?
I would definitely consult your doctor, especially have them monitor it because and the only reason I say this is like about roughly 6 years ago or so, we had a situation or went to a show where we did have a physician say that someone who is on heavy amount of blood thinners, the CBD actually inhibited the blood thinner. But obviously it's all different and depending on your dosaging for your blood thinners and things like that. So it can be utilized together, but again, working with your doctor to get the dosing correctly so that they can work together is super important.
Matt or Lucas went to order some pet CBD and it says out of stock. When would you get that back in stock? And why did the 14,000 go down $40 in price? Different ingredients, etc.
Can you hear me, Mark?
That's a great question.
Yeah. No, we can
hear
hear
me?
you, Matt. Yeah, Matt.
Yeah, we can hear you now.
No, the
Yeah, we
pet
can hear you.
CBD is in stock. It's been in stock. So You know, just call 612-412-8343 and Wendy will order it for you if you're having
Yeah, and
trouble.
guys, if you ever find something that says out of stock and you got a question, call Wendy and ask. Sometimes it didn't get updated, or it's 99% of the time he either knows when it's coming or they can answer the question for you, or it's there and somebody just didn't update a computer. It happens.
No, that one's in stock though right now. But
That one's in
anyways,
stock.
and what was the other question?
Yeah, why the price break? Why'd the 14,000 come down, Lucas?
Well, he did. I'll tell you
Well,
why.
there's several things.
And
So
well,
we did.
okay.
Well, hey, I
No,
mean, Matt,
go
if you
ahead,
want to,
Lucas.
if you want to go ahead,
I'm
I
just
was
going
just
to
going
tell
to
the
tell him.
truth. I just think it's the greatest oil of all time, and I wanted to have more people afford it because the
Well-
price to make it actually went up. So, but that's fine. Anyway, sorry, Lucas. Go ahead. Did I screw up what you were going to say?
No, I mean, to some degree it went up, but at the same time, I kind of got Matt to like order more. And so so he's sitting on a bunch of it because I was like, hey, if we order a bunch, like if I can get a lot more of the black seed,
Mhm.
and now granted, we had to wait almost 8 weeks for it. But I was like, if I can get it, I can get the black seed order, cost down substantially. So, and he was like, perfect. Will I be able to charge a lot less? I was like, yeah, it's a big, big cut.
But
And
Lucas, we're talking about
Yeah, but
the 14,000, not the black seed
oh
oil.
geez, we went on the Miracle Gold, yeah.
I'm sorry. I
But
thought
you gotta understand with the 14,000 or with the black seed, remember we also did the huge, like we had to order like 400 or I guess it'd be in pounds because we're in America.
right. That's true.
Like 900 pounds of the CBD. So that would have also helped on the 14,000. Sorry. I got a lot going on in my head right now.
No, that's in certain subjects. We'd let Lucas go on, like the night he talked about municipal bonds for I think it was 40 minutes.
Oh my gosh,
Remember
that happened one time. What is that show?
Mark's laughing.
Hey, Mark, what show is that? That
was so funny.
the older gal and I was just the man. The older gal, and it was like it was an older husband and wife, like they were like in their 90s, and she went off on her husband, and the husband's like, one time I slept with a prostitute during the war, and she'll never let me hear the end of it. I feel like that's with Matt all the time. One time.
back in college.
Back in college, and they'll never let me hear the end of it.
No, but that municipal. What were you thought you were talking? I don't know what you thought you were talking about, but I was sitting there listening to it. I'm going, what the hell's going on?
I misheard Mark. He said something else, and I went on that, and he just let me roll with it.
Yeah, that was pretty good. That was good.
All right. Corey Westmoreland with a question for you. What's the difference between the gummies and the drops? The advantages, disadvantages, why you'd want one or the other?
So obviously the gummies are easier to take, and you don't have to measure it out in the milliliter dropper to know exactly, the dosing and all that. You can just take one gummy, and it is a lot easier in that form. Also, you have the benefit, with tinctures and the oil, you kind of want to swish it around your mouth. You want to kind of hold it under your tongue for 10, 20 seconds. Whereas with the gummy, you kind of have to do that because you have to chew it up. Unless you're Matt and you swallow them whole. Most of us chew them up. And so by chewing it up, you kind of get that, the oil coating in your mouth, so you can get some of the absorption immediate. Whereas, if you just take the oil and swallow it, there's a lot of benefits for the gummy. Not only that, it tastes a lot better. You don't have the aftertaste of the oil in your mouth. You get, kind of the nice, pleasant fruit puree from the gummy. So there's a lot of few benefits from that piece of it.
I love the fruit puree stuff. That's awesome.
I do too. That's
what I like best about the probiotic vitamin gummies here is I get my fruit and vegetables, because I did used to eat more vegetables, but I've come to the point in life and I just say, you know what? I don't really like the vegetables too much anymore. Not unless they have a bunch of butter on them and salt. And so And it's
Well,
like,
can I go on a rant real quick on that thing that really frustrates me? Now, granted, I grow my own, but what kills me is one thing, Matt, is I don't like you go to the grocery store, you get strawberries, you get, blueberries or vegetables. The one thing that crushes me on the strawberries, do you know that for me in my hemp that I make, my requirement for pesticides is nearly 100 times lower than what they allow in strawberries in the store?
Wow.
that's wild.
Is that not crazy? Like the amount of pesticides that they allow to be sold is
It
unbelievably
really
high.
is
I mean,
unbelievable.
it's I don't know. It
It's
really,
it's
really
it's clear
frustrates
who's
me.
writing the rules.
Oh, you don't think they lobbied for that? You bet they did.
Exactly. Karen with a question. Matt Lucas, are your lion's mane gummies just as effective as the powders out there? That's a really tough one because we don't know what powder she's comparing it against.
I would say that ours are probably more effective. The amount of, and we get it all from the flowering. There is a just I don't know, the amount and the quality of this extract. We've been through, I don't know, and went through probably tests of 12, 13 different variants. And this extract powder is by far, like, it's just head above everything else. Been very, very happy with this. And I think the benefits that people have seen from this extract will tell you all you need to know. It's turned my life completely around. I struggled a lot with mental clarity, cloudiness, even crippling anxiety for a few years, and I have done the lion's mane, and it's it's just unbelievable for me alone, let alone all the other testimonies that we've seen on the show.
Um,
Dude, does what helps the most with, because I used to sweat more when I get nervous, but now I seem not to. Is it the mushrooms or the CBD? I'm serious about this.
Say this again, Matt.
I used to get more nervous and sweat more, but now one of these products has stopped that completely. Is it the
It's
mushrooms, the
it's
CBD?
it's probably the mushrooms.
Really?
Yeah.
That's cool. I mean, is there any real fine powder out there of mushrooms where I could just like rub it on my like I don't know, like
It needs to
body
be
powder?
ingested.
Oh,
No,
it
it
has to
needs to
be
be
ingested.
ingested.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I can send you some of the pure extract powder, but again, you got to have a scale and you got to be able to weigh it out and get proper dosing. Whereas that's why it'd be
oh, he's
easier
got
just
a
to take.
scale.
Yeah.
Wink, wink.
Oh yeah, I bet he does.
Yeah.
Yeah, when we did the weight challenge, I'm pretty sure on the final weight scale to beat me, he took 1 foot off. And I in the
You know
picture I only
what?
saw 1 foot.
I'm healthy now, so you know what? I'll get back down to that weight again within
Hey,
30 months. So there we go.
I was gonna say, was his AI photo on the scale as funny as Benjamin Netanyahu's AI yesterday, where he had like 6 fingers on one hand and 5.5 fingers on the other? I mean,
I
just
never saw that.
like really bad AI, as bad as like the Joe Biden one, where somehow his hand was like in the middle of the microphone early in. It was like really bad AI.
I can't believe that no one even caught that. Like before
Yeah, right.
posting it to a billion people. Like maybe we should take another look.
Yeah, right. Like mainstream media, just going right past it, right there in front of them. People watching, going, "Oh, wait, did you see that? Did you see that? Did you see that?" And just right over their heads. Bill and Linda want to know if there's CBD in the sleep gummies.
Yes. Yeah, you betcha.
Oh, I'm really yawning. I'm gonna fall asleep. No,
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. No, yeah, there's CBD in there. Good stuff, man.
Somebody said anything for hair growth, and it occurred to me because I had just read what was on your probiotic superfoods. It has 100% of your of daily like biotin. So I immediately
you
thought
go.
of that for hair growth.
Yep. Oh, you know what? Hey, we didn't. And anybody likes a popcorn, that's in stock in our popcorn button there for sure.
Well, Matt, we never finished going through the specials. We got to Lucas and I wanting some of the peppermint coffee, whatever
You guys
stuff.
haven't even done the specials yet?
And
Well,
we never
okay.
we never got past here. I mean, we've still got to go through the rest of the specials.
Okay, let's finish them up quick. Okay, so we got the coffee. With that, you get oh God, that was a good special. With each pound of coffee there, you get free concentrate with it at your choice too. You can get the peppermint mocha in there, and then let's see, we've also got the two ounce Guru sample packs. That's a quarter pound of coffee, and 500 dinar with that little beauty, and then we got the four. Okay, there's something in there. The 4 coffees for 110 plus 2 concentrates. Might be better just getting them individually. The water soluble, that's a closed out special. We're gonna have a new soluble product here.
Oh, really? Because I mean, I love that one. So you have to tell me about the new one.
Well, we'll when we get it out there.
Okay.
We'll just wait a week, but that's $20. So if you want it, go in there and buy
That's
it.
a wicked deal.
Yep. And then we got the X-Lite, 60 gummies for $50 as a 10 milligrams. And then we got the orange, blueberry, and lemon, $9 a piece on those. They're just 5 milligram, 10 counts. We got the drinks at 16 of those plus 50 gummies. Stock up. Remember those gummies, you guys? Those can last up to 4 years in the pack. So you know what I mean. Just in case you need to hoard some there for the end of the year, whatever. Okay, Ford Delta 8, 30 canisters for $100. Yeah, that Delta 8's good stuff. We just don't have time to talk about it today. I mean,
Yes, it is.
I think it can change your life. I think it can even, when you're dreaming, get you in touch with people you've known in the past.
Yeah, and I've said it over and over and over. Lucuses are the only quality Delta 8 product I have found out there that I'm willing to put in my body.
Boy, I like that, Mark. That was a good testimonial.
I mean, it really is, because so much of the Delta 8 out there, because of how they derive it, is just questionable as heck.
It 100% is, and people do not realize that, Mark.
No, they do not. I mean, there is no other company I'll take a D8 from other than you guys. I won't.
Yeah, and there's
some other really good D9 makers out there, and of course, if you're in a legal state or whatever, but based on the price, whatever, I mean, nobody's even close to your D8 product. Not even like in the ballpark.
I appreciate that. That's Lucas. You did a good job on that.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah,
we're very cautious. We have bought D8 from people in the past, and we just throw it away. Our testing is pretty rigorous on it, not only before we integrate it in, but also afterward. And if we see any inconsistency at all, not only with the testing, but also in smell, color, a lot of it, and you'll start to see, it's interesting. This may be more than one even know, Matt, but the consistency is very in the color. So if I heat it up, if I don't see perfect swirl, or if I see a breaking apart of any of the color structure, I'll there's people out there that'll lie to you. But now we're to the point now, like especially in the last 3 years, we have one guy that does all the conversion, and that we've used him, and he's local. Like, I know him personally. So I'm just, it was kind of crazy at first, you know. I mean, I bet we wasted, just pounds and pounds of this stuff, because we'd only use certain kinds. But yeah, now we've gotten to the point, especially in the last 3 years, you know, extremely consistent, within plus or minus probably 1 or 2%, even variance in the dosing. So we've gotten her dialed down pretty darn good.
For sure. Okay, the next product after that is our X-Freeze Roll-On, $22, 5 lotions, Guru's Choice. And we'll be getting unscented in, like I said, it'll be mid next week, probably at the latest. You get 5 lotions right now for $100. The immunity gel caps 5 times stronger than before. And man, I believe those are awesome. They really do work good. I had a little bit of a sniffle one night. I woke up the next day after taking 3 of them when I went to bed, and I did sleep just fine, because I took a little bit of THC too. And man, I woke up the next day feeling great. I thought I was like 20 again, but I really did. I feel great. Okay. The matrix mushrooms with the turmeric and black pepper, that's pretty awesome. Inflammation and keeps your blood a little bit thinner there. And I know there was a question earlier about the blood thinner. Yeah, the CBD does. I don't know if there's something there. If you're on blood thinners, you got to get tested more if you start taking CBD. Just trust me, because it takes my numbers off a little bit, but now I'm used to it. Okay. So, and then the next product I'm just going to pass by because I think we may be out of stock or one left. So, and then we got the Miracle Gold products, the 14,000. That's at $59 for a 2-ounce bottle. And yeah, Lucas probably didn't even know I was selling it that cheap, but that really is a dynamite product. 14,000 double-sized bottle. That's enough for 2 months. If you did just one serving a day, you're going to get over 200 cannabinoids, 2 1/4 basically, and then you'll get THC too. It's pretty good stuff. Okay, and then we got the matrix mushroom, the gummies, and the hard candy for lozenges. Excuse me. That's just like a cough drop, but it's got just 2 milligrams of THC in there. It's dynamite. So if you got a hoarse voice, well, I'm getting a little hoarse. I'm gonna have to dip into my stash over there. My stash consists of about 20 products that are open on my stash desk, it's called. And it's right in the middle between me and Amy's workstation. And even though it's there, I tell her to stay out of it, kind of. But, she's listening to me right now. No, I'm just kidding. That's good stuff right there. That's all the specials. So you go to thecbdgurus.com. If you need any help in your order, 612-412-8343. And you either get a discount this week or you can take the currency for the old Venezuela Boulevard. And there you go. That's all of it there. You got any Boulevard?
I got a little. I don't think Lucas has any.
Nope.
Do you have any? If you don't, Lucas,
Yeah, we got to make
I'll
certain
send
he's
you
got
some
some. I
with
know he's
your
got other
product.
currencies.
I'll just buy some product off the site.
There, see, I got to do that myself. I got to order more 8s. Let's see what
Mark,
else. Oh, geez, I
today's
didn't
the
even
day.
notice the time.
Yep.
Oh, we can keep
Can't
running.
thank
It's
you
up to
enough
you
for the
guys.
time.
I enjoy my Fridays with you all. I'm still trying to get used to
Well,
the Saturday thing, but I've really enjoyed my Friday afternoons with you guys, or right before the afternoon.
Yeah, me too, Mark. I appreciate it. But I like having Saturday off. But hey, all you guys out there, if you want to call today. And if you do call tomorrow, we'll just we'll take down all the information and give you a call Monday morning. It's not going to help your order get out any faster. If you text over something and it's a problem with something with the warehouse, I'll relay it to them because they do this time of year. They do work on Saturdays because snow outside and stuff. So, but in the summer, when the camping season starts, like Amy, she's gone. She's Friday afternoon at 3. She's out of it until Monday morning. So, anyway. I'm saying I'm saying that loud. Yeah. She's over there laughing. No,
Hi,
but
Amy.
she got a really nice camper. I think it was the beginning of last year, maybe the year before. But yeah, she really gotten into the camper. And then
Did she get it like accessibility friendly for me, so I can stop by and like borrow her camper when she's not using it, or stop by the lake and say hi to her and her crew?
Can Mark stop by? Yeah, and then I'm getting all her and her buddies. I'm getting her sandals and a hat, matching hats for the summer.
Mm-hmm.
Through our box company, they give you out a freebie, So she's loading up on the freebies for the next couple months for her and all her buddies. They sit in the water in their lawn chairs, and they get there. They usually start at 3, and then they don't leave that lawn chair until Monday morning, and then they get in the car and try to go to work. No,
Good for that. Good for them.
I'm just kidding. No, but good for her. Yeah, fun. So that's the main thing. Well, that was it, you guys. So,
Yeah, you want to tell them one last time how to get in there, Matt?
what's that?
You want to tell them one last time how to get in there before we let them go anywhere for the weekend?
You bet. You go to thecbdgurus.com, and then when you get in there, go to the wholesale and hit Mark's wholesale deal, MarkZ wholesale, and then you hit lowercase KRAM CBD if you have to put in a code right there. And then when you get in, you have you can either get the discount for 20%, and everybody gets the 10 million Boulevard, but that's the first product when you're in there. You got to hit that, as long as you get a $10 order, that's easy. Well, and then you have you get the extra 40 million Boulevard if you get to $100, not including shipping and discounts, or you get 20% off, and that's all the stuff in there, you guys, and you're all set there. Hey, and if anybody ever wants a little sample of the our regular gummies, because I got some of those, and you can just put in the notes there, and I'll give you a sample pack. Just if you never tried it, just give it a try. It's just a couple of them, just see how they taste. But they are pretty good. They're 50 milligrams a piece, the regular gummies, and we've talked about that before. I can take 3 of them, and it gives me a little bit of relaxation. So I don't know if that's recommended, Lucas, to take 3 at a time, but I do it. So, Lucas, anything else? No.
Yeah, anything else, Lucas? Other than, is your weekend just going to be basketball games again? Or, we got to ask what's the weekend plan?
No, this weekend, finally, nothing. I am going fishing tomorrow morning. And then I'm going to build a chicken coop. And if I have some time on Saturday, then I will, or sorry, that the chicken coop will be Saturday afternoon. And then I'm going to probably install put some poles in the ground for my daughter to have a volleyball net.
Nice.
Right on. Well,
So,
Mark, I hope you have a good weekend. Lucas, I know
you too, guys.
Okay. We'll see you guys. See
You guys
Mark.
take care. And guys,
Thanks, Mark.
Oh, you're welcome. That was the CBD Guru's sponsor, friends, big part of the program. Thank you very much. For everybody else out there in mods, have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. All those celebrating anniversaries and birthdays, enjoy them. If there's breaking news, I'll be back. Or if I get bored, weekends are getting kind of long without you guys. If the weather's foul, you might see me just to say hi. If not, see you Monday morning.